Hello, our insecure moms. We are back. I know y'all have missed us. We have missed you guys. And I am so excited to be back on the podcast with my sisters, Crystal and Dina. And we are ready to hop in and talk about back to school. I know y'all have been so excited about getting the kids back to school. Some of y'all ready for your grocery bill to go down. Others are ready for y'all's nerves to get back better. And so that way you can make it into the kingdom and not have to choke a kid out. So I know you're grateful. So I'm grateful for you. Amen. 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 So we're going to be talking about our back to school jitters and kind of some of the challenges and excitements that we have faced with getting back to school and just being super excited about getting the kids back. So guys, welcome back. Y'all excited? Y'all excited to be back?
What's up?
So Crystal, you want to kind of start us off and tell us about your back to school?
Child, I don't know if y'all want to start with me.
We may want to.
Mine is not.
You don't want to tell us about your back to school moment.
I mean, okay, we'll go from most horrible experience to the best. We'll end on the best experiences. My back to school experience was very atypical. I had a child. I had a child transferring parishes. So he was coming from one parish and starting school in another parish. And so, as most of y'all know, schools are closed during the summers. So it wasn't a lot of work that we could do to get things done. You know, there wasn't a lot of people answering phones. There weren't, anybody up at the schools, or if they were at the schools, they couldn't help you. Oh, you got to wait till this date. Oh, you need to talk with this person. So it was a lot of being ran around. It was a lot of nobody really knowing what they were talking about, and we're just creeping closer and closer to the beginning of school, which created a lot of anxiety for me, a lot of upset, because I felt like it should not be this daggone hard. Just tell me who I need to talk to, tell me what I need to do so I can do it, because I'm also working. I also have things to do. So when they finally did get back to school, then all of the teachers, administrators, everybody's thrown into in-services, and they're thrown into teacher meetings, and still there's, as one principal told me, well, we're back, but we're not back yet. We're here doing stuff, but we're not really here for the parents and the students just yet. So I'm like, well, what the hell? Like, what do I do with that? What do you mean you're back, but you're not back? Like,
well, since you answered the phone, so you back.
That's
you
what
back
I'm
to
saying.
work, sis.
Like, why is there no one here, no one available to talk with a parent or answer any questions? So, I got a lot of runaround. I got a lot of, I got this message, I'll get it to so-and-so. And so, first day of school came. I said, all right, they busy, I get it. Second day of school came, because my kid wasn't going somewhere until all of his accommodations, his need was met. I just wasn't going to put him somewhere because that was, just to have some place for him to go. Luckily, he was able to still go to the preschool center he was going until we got everything resolved. But on day 3,
on the third day. Early morning.
On the third day. Because I'm not that person that go and try and get people in trouble and throw people under the bus, but you're messing with my kid. Like, I'm not that person, but when it come behind him, don't screw my kid over. And that's just what I was feeling, what was happening. And as y'all know, being an autism mom, he doesn't have his voice, so I am his voice now. So just don't play with him. I do not play behind him. So it got to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm calling supervisors, superintendents, directors, because I'm tired of trying to deal with principals, administrators. I'm just going to go to somebody boss. And so that's what I did. I got online and I found who was the director over special education, and I just sent them a nice little lovely email and said, you know what, this we're in third day. I've not gotten calls back. I don't know where my kid is supposed to go. I'm not sending him somewhere until we have an IEP meeting, And so within an hour, I got a message back from that director lady apologizing, saying how sorry she was, and she had CC'd all these people that should have been in the loop or should have been
notified.
You know, should have been on top of this. And so from that point, things moved quickly. And within the next 4 days, we did have his IEP meeting. And within that next week, he did start school.
Yay!
And
he's so yummy.
And
he's like the yummiest. He's like the yummiest kindergartner at his school.
He literally walked in, and so he's in a class. He's in autism classroom. So he's in a class with 6 other kids, and there's a special education teacher and 2 paras in there. So the ratio is almost 2 to 1. But he gets to do all kinds of fun things. He gets to do adaptive PE, so, you know, they take him bowling and swimming and horseback riding, and they get to do all kinds of fun things. He does music, art, and lunch with like all the rest of the kids, but then he has his own, you know, curriculum for his own class, which is what we wanted. We wanted him to have a very structured, we did not want him to be thrown in a regular kindergarten class because he seemed, quote unquote, oh, he seems fine, or he's, you know, not a behavioral problem, or this or that.
Correct.
And, you know, which is them trying to tell me what my kid needs instead of me being listened to, which is what led to me going after somebody's boss. But just in this journey, that's just what we've had to do. Like, when it has come to getting him therapies, insurance stuff, I've had to go to somebody's boss. And so that was our experience with this. This has now been his second week of school, full week of school. And his teacher is awesome. His teacher is wonderful. He has a pair that is already like fell in love with him. And
if y'all would see him, you would fall in love with him. I fell in love all over again because he's freaking yummy.
He's so funny. He's walked in and they literally said, because, you know, of course, y'all know I texted his teacher, you know, a few times during that, you know, that first week, you know,
we're going to be praying.
Just a few times, just checking in. Y'all would be proud of me. I didn't go overboard, though.
Hallelujah.
I didn't, you know, I could have FaceTimed her. I didn't do that.
I will be dropping the free SJ shirts on Purpose for Women app. Cause my boy need freedom. He like Akon and Young Jeezy. Oh my goodness, y'all! I swear, like I have the yummiest godson. Like he's yummy.
But he's been doing good. She said he came in there and literally, she said he acted like he's run the place. You know how like he comes in a space and act like he runs the place and, you know, takes over, gets snacks, jumps in y'all bed and just, it's his place now. Well, that's the same thing. So that tells me he's comfortable. Right. That tells me that he's, you know, he's vibing with them. And so far, now that all that stuff is over, it's been going good. And hopefully we don't have any more issues. I know we'll have to have like an IEP update coming soon because there's some things we want to be kept in the loop of. Like he's supposed to be getting so many therapies a week, and I have no way of knowing that that's happening. So we need to go back to the IEP table and put in like, I need you to send a slip home or something. Let me know what you did, what you worked on. Like, not that I don't trust you, but I don't know you. So I need to know, you know, because I've worked in the schools and I know what kids are due, and they don't always get that. So, you know, and I think that's hard for parents because sometimes we don't want to question the quote unquote professionals, the teachers or the administrators, and they know more about this. They should know more about this, but I guess my word on all of this is that you know your child best. Yeah. You know what your child is capable of. You know what your child is needing. Don't ever let anybody tell you what your child doesn't need. Oh, well, we think he, you know, we can, no. Fight and advocate for your child because you're the only one that can, and you're the best person to do it. So
I agree.
So that's my experience.
Well, I'm glad he's in school. That school's going great. He's clearly enjoyed it. He hasn't. He didn't even know all this was going on.
No,
he didn't even care.
Through all the annoyance and frustration and fussing me and his dad have done on his behalf, he has no idea. He's just like, oh, okay, I got a new place around here. Literally,
my boy living his best life.
Lived his best life. I had called his teacher. She's like, oh, I was like, what is he doing? And she's like, oh, he's sitting here just going from my lap to Miss Smith's lap. I'm like, so, oh, now you over here flirting with these ladies, just up there rubbing, you know, it's a thing with hair. So rubbing in these ladies' hair. I'm like, son, really?
Yes.
You need to be there to learn, not flirt. What is you doing?
My boy gonna finesse an 8. My boy gonna finesse it.
He gonna get it by any means necessary.
With those eyes too, baby.
He's doing good.
Gorgeous.
He's doing good. And so I know, unfortunately, this will be something we have to do every year. But the good thing is, before school lets out this year, we'll have our meeting and we'll have things in place going into next year. So it's a learning experience. I'm learning what we've got to do for next year. And as we go in the upper grades, I still have a lot of anxiety about it. I'm not going to lie, because I know as they get up in grades, they want to give them less.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you don't fight and be the squeaky wheel about it, then they will take those things away. So yeah.
Well, D, how about you and baby J getting set free? Baby girl.
That's what I said. Y'all want me to go first. I don't know why.
Well, I'm that preparation parent. Like I think they released the school supply list like in June. So over the summer, I'm getting supplies ready. I'm ready.
I'm not. Lauren is not the preparation parent. Sis got her stuff 2 days prior.
My child, since I work at home, she's at home with me some of the time during the summer. So I was ready to get her back to school. If they could have put a throw rug on that list, that teacher was getting a throw rug. She was getting a bottle of wine. Whatever she put on that list, she could get. Because she has my child more than 8 hours of the day.
This is my exodus.
So, back to school was great. She was ready. I was ready. She's ready to get out the house. Grocery bill lowered, as you said. I can say this, parents, if your child is sick,
If your child is sick,
please don't send them to school.
Say it again.
My child went the entire summer without a headache, a stomach ache, and ended up getting a virus the first week of school. So we had to, our entire second week, we had to spend at home. So that was my back to school blues, because we were excited the first week, but she ended up getting sick that Saturday after the first week. So we stayed at home the entire second week, and we're back at school. She's better now. But parents, please, if they are running a fever, if they have a runny nose, if they're coughing, if they're vomiting, keep them at home.
Don't take the trifling away out and just give them some Tylenol.
Right. Because
not
now,
okay.
my healthy
Don't do
child that was great all summer has spent 9 days, literally 9 days at home in bed with the virus.
And it's still limited in like the things she can do.
Right.
For a
And so
while.
now she's out of gymnastics for a month. She's out of PE for a month. She's out of no jump park, no trampoline, none of that. We have to limit everything because of the virus that she received from school. So, parents, leave your sick kids at home. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Like, it's not on, you know.
And keep your children's mouths away from the water fountain.
Right.
Bring your water bottle.
Bring your water bottles, do all of that. But I mean, back to school was great for us the first week.
Selfish. Just
Yeah,
think of the other kids.
I mean, think about that one day you're missing at work, but what if I had to go in office every day? I would have spent 5 days at home. Thank God my job is flexible that I can work at home. But I was able to work, but I had to be nurse mom in the process. So it was stressful the second week. But now that we're back, you know, makeup tests and getting everything back in order, she's fine now. Everything's good, but yeah, that was it. Our back to school it started off great. We had a little rough and rocky second week, but we're good now.
And what grade?
Second grade. So,
but you do know that is the highest. The second week of school is always the week of school where most kids get sick.
Really?
It's always the second week of school, and then like when they come back from Christmas, that second week is always when flu is normally kicks off.
Because it's even, and it's flu has started now. So
I heard yesterday when I went up to the school that flu had started, and I was like,
we don't even have flu shots yet.
They do.
Oh, they do have them?
They have them now.
They have them now.
Out earlier and earlier. Jeez.
So what had happened was, so my babies, both of my boys are finally at the same school. Praise Jehovah. God is hearing my prayers. And so I've got one in kindergarten who's yummy and one in second grade who's yummier. And, you know, so Alex, my youngest son, he a little hood, and so I had to pray it up because I didn't really know how this was gonna go, getting him in a more refined setting of school.
Why are you calling?
He is. We're gonna keep it 100 for the insecure moms,
But what makes him hood?
Alex,
use hood.
He just works better when he's doing it for the culture. When he's doing it for the culture ethnic group.
What does that mean?
Alex.
You mean like
better Alex
at the other school
that
had more of
us? Yeah. Alex gotta have a little brown love going on because Alex will turn up. Alex gonna put his hand on the kid. Alex will put his hand on the kid. If Ashton thinks you're gonna hit Alex, no, Alex gonna fight you. That's Alex feel like you physically asking me to put my hands back on you because you physically touched me. Okay, Alex is about that life. So thankfully, at the first week or two, my dojo was down, bless God. And so because dojo was down for me, and for those who are listening that are not a part of the dojo world, dojo is what schools use to communicate between teachers and parents. So
like a disciplinary.
Yeah. And so you get to keep up with.
What does dojo stand for?
I don't know. I don't know I'm not that mom.
Dojo doesn't stand for. It's just the name of the app.
Yeah, I don't know what it stands for. Maybe like Department of Justice. I don't know, but
operating Department of Justice.
The Department of Juvenile Offices. I'm not sure, but dojo blesses us because dojo sends conduct. So. Because I, for some reason, could not have Alex on mine, it took a little second to get it working. I didn't realize that Alex, was serving hands at the school. So I had to randomly go to school one day to drop off. I don't even remember what it was. It was vocabulary words. And we'll get to the second grade blues that I'm having. But my oldest son thought that Jesus was on the main line, so he was going to leave his vocabulary papers at home. No, you're not, sir. You're going to study vocabulary words at your school. So mommy brought your paper to school. So as I am going up to the school, I run into Alex's teacher, and she's like, Miss Jackson, I'm so glad to see you. So Alex, basically, we've kind of had to work with him just understanding, you have to raise your hand before you talk. My son, he don't think that. He feels like if I got something to say, we're going to talk about it right now. We're not going to raise our hands before we talk. We're just not going to raise our hands. So we've had to work with that. Trey, on the other hand, my oldest, second grader, whoop whoop, he's a math genius. So I thank God for that. He got that gene from his father. So we bless God for his father with the math gene. However, the English and vocabulary gene, he also got from his father. And we are going to ask God why he gave us that. Because he could have mixed his mama's gene with that. And then I would have to do less work. But because we don't have that, we have to work harder. So thankfully, we were able to get a really good tutor this year. And now, I was already stressed out with the 10 spelling words that we get every week. But it went to the next level when they decided to do vocabulary words. And in second grade here in Louisiana, when they do vocabulary words, they send home the word and what it means. But when they test the child, they test them on application. So they have to be able to look at a sentence and see where the word goes in that sentence. Does it make sense? So that's a whole different wave for me. Because I was already struggling with just spelling sad, mad, zipper. And then now you done came with a vocabulary word. And then when we get the test, it ain't he's not matching the definition to the word. Is you wrote out a sentence and he needs to be able to put that word in the sentence. So that means he really has to know what it means. So thankfully, his first test was last week. And y'all know I was out here praying and fasting and was stressed out. So by the time it's like his teacher, and then the next stress was the test supposed to be on Friday. The teacher got sick, so she was like, "I'm gonna have it. The test gonna be on Tuesday." On Tuesday, I was like, "I gotta go out weekend, worried about when we gonna if and when we can pass." So gratefully, Tuesday, Trey took his test. His teacher messaged me and let me know that he had passed and he had a perfect A on the spelling and vocabulary words. So God is still good. So I was very glad about that. And the math, he's been getting all A's on his math test. Now, he did have one quiz that he did not do well on. And I don't know if y'all have JPAM, I think that's what it's called, whatever.
JPAMS.
Yeah, but JPAMS is not of the Lord because girl, they call you when your child have an F.
They call you.
Yes.
It's a system that tracks attendance and grades.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's set to contact parents when their kid has been tardy or absent and they haven't heard
so they
from
call
you.
me, yeah.
Or if
Yeah.
your child has a failing grade, they'll call and say, "Hey, in this course, your child received an F today."
Wow.
So
Yeah.
Trey had, and I'm like that parent that I'm like, this is the year that you gonna like go to a award ceremony. This is the year, okay? So, and then you getting all A's on your test, math. What's going on here? So he had gotten a F because he had a small 4-point quiz and he got a 2 out of 4. So of course, I messaged the teacher instantly because Dojo says I can hit your DM whenever I feel, and I do hit the DM because I am that hood ratchet parent that I believe in making sure my kids are doing what they have to do. So I don't believe in well, I guess that's not really hood. I have a little hood, but
I mean, that's just being.
but I'm an engaged,
active
active parent.
parent. I'm about to say, for
I'm
JoJo,
mixed.
I have her. She's in favorites, honey.
See, that's what I'm saying.
She dialed.
Yeah, and see, and Trey's teacher is in
All that.
favorites
Miss
too.
Williams, she on speed dial.
Yeah, Miss Massey already know what time it is.
Okay.
If the dojo ain't working, your personal
I'm saying,
cell phone number
I
is,
need to
and
see who
I
dojo ain't
will
working.
get to you. But yeah, he had a 2 out of 4, and so I hit the teacher up, and I'm like, "What's this about? Are you gonna send this paper home because we need to review it?" And she's like, "Oh, it's okay. Don't stress out. It shouldn't bring his grade down that
But I don't
bad."
think they understand how nerve-wracking it is when that phone call and
Yes.
and it's like this monotone voice that says your child has an F. It doesn't tell you, "Oh, but don't worry about it. It's just a quiz," or it's like a little assignment. It doesn't differentiate. It just says a grade was recorded as
Correct.
an F for your child today.
Correct.
So
And
you don't know what that means.
no, you don't. And like, sis, I'm out here trying to run errands. Don't call me with no
That just mess up
JPAM
your
number.
whole
That's
day.
about
F, yeah.
Because the F to me, a F for my child is an F for his mama, and I don't make F's.
Okay,
We
So
talked about that.
correct.
An F
It's a
for
reflection
him
of me.
is not an F for you.
Well,
Kids are going to not be perfect at everything.
well, y'all need to continue to pray and
just-
fast.
I didn't say be
Indicator
perfect,
that it's
but I
something
mean
that
be
needs to work
average.
Correct.
Get a C or a B.
At least don't have me looking foolish. F is for foolish, and don't have me out here looking foolish because you knew that math. And then when the tutorer
I'm
went,
putting my counselor hat on. That's maladaptive thinking, you guys.
what
Take it off.
what is that again? Is
That
it
is maladaptive thinking. Okay.
I don't know what that
Okay,
is.
so did y'all ever get an F or a D in school?
But we have JPAM. We had signed papers,
papers,
where you
right.
could
And
fraudulently
take the F off
take that paper
and put
out.
it back on the next day.
Correct.
Y'all
And you
can't
stapled in the
expect
right
somebody
spot.
to expect things of our kids that we didn't do, and we weren't perfect at everything.
Well,
I wasn't perfect.
I was a really
but
good student, but every now and then it was something like geometry was just certain things.
Geometry
it
almost
clicked.
took me out.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was good in math, I was great in algebra, but when we got to geometry, I was like what? Like it was something I had to like even do work on the weekends to really just get by with like a C in the
Yeah, I
class, and
passed
I'm
with
not
a
a
C.
C student. Never
Can't even
was. So
tell you, I don't even remember.
it's just
mine.
some things that's not gonna always.
I probably started cheating, but we're just not going to talk about it.
I remember the class. I remember the struggle. Hey, somehow I passed.
I'll
it.
never forget Mr. Richard, baby. That was his name, Mr. Richard. Mr. Richard,
You
shout
never
out.
forget that teacher that gave you hell.
And he was one. He was one for me. So, but we made it. We made it.
We're here.
We're here. And, I'm excited. And I'll also shout out the fact that my co-parenting is still 100 this year. My boy out here, daddy out here reading. I was like, you better read. They done started sending the little videos of the reading. Sending videos of the reading. I was like, thank you, Lord. Because, y'all, it'd be a struggle out here. It'd be a real life struggle. It do. But at the end of the day, y'all know I'm going to keep it 100. I give y'all all my tea. It's been great. So we have been working at the reading, working at the vocabulary words, working at the spelling words, and now the dojo Pam, whatever the other crap is called. J-Pams. So, my sisters be up here laughing at me and all my shenanigans. Whatever. They can laugh. They already know what time it is. I know y'all in y'all car laughing as y'all listen to this podcast. But y'all get y'all life together. So that's what we are with the back to school.
So what's y'all goals for the year? I guess just in there. What is everybody's
I just want to make it.
I just found out this morning.
Y'all are embarking. Next year will be a leap year.
Right? I just found out about leap tests.
And scholastically.
I just found out about leap tests.
There will be leap testing. For those of you who don't know what leap is in Louisiana, it is Louisiana. It's the standardized testing for Louisiana.